Had to talk to my grandson real quick, and make sure he's on the one. He graduates this year, and Michigan State is going to give him a scholarship and a job for his master's. They're gonna pay him, and they're gonna give him his master's free. That's how much they want him to come. And another school is trying to recruit him. And I told him, man, stay where you want it. Michigan State has been good to you. They've not deceived you. They've not misled you. They always have come through with what they gonna say they was gonna do, and sometimes over and above what they say they were gonna do. So when you have people that treat you in that fashion, the grass is not greener on the other side. Let me say that again. See, when you got somebody that's treating you fair, that's doing right by you, that's not using you, that's not taking advantage of you, the grass ain't greener on the other side. And seeing you got a lot of people that are in that position, and then you got some folk on the other side of the fence that's making like, listen, I can do better. I can give you more. See, until they get you over there. And then you'll find out you what you left was what you should have stayed, was where you left. But now you're gone and ain't no coming back. See, because 9 times out of 10, you done burned the bridge when you left. See, most folk don't leave places on good terms. Most people don't leave relationships on good terms. Think about it. Most folk don't end their relationships on good terms. That's very rare. That you find two people that in their relationship on good terms. It's extremely rare. And some of them will carry around that anger and that bitterness and that hatred for years. For years they're carried around. Never let it go. Never ever can resolve that hurt and that pain and that disappointment. See, this is one of the things right now, especially with a lot of our young people. They got a lot of hurt, man. They got a lot of pain. They got a lot of disappointment. And they ain't got nobody to turn to. And, society is turning them to medication. And the medication is what's messing them up. Isn't it interesting that we can't talk to our own children? That's holding us hostage. Think about that for 1 minute, man. We can't talk to our own children who are holding us hostage in our communities. See, here's the thing about that's so unique about inner city crime. See, most places don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. See, the crime that's in the communities, man, that's people that know each other. You know, what's going on? Uh, so that's just that's people that know each other. So it's difficult, you know, and this is one of the reasons that you find a lot of people when they go to cities, you know, they be afraid because, you know, they've read a report or they done heard something or they've discovered something that, you know, is out of the ordinary and they walk around and they be afraid. And a lot of times, you know, when I first came to DC, man, I used to know some guys that would go down and walk along the mall or walk in the downtown area, and they would just be looking for people that was walking with their head down, that was looking at the ground, because they knew they were scared. That was the one trait, man. Because if they was looking at the ground, they wasn't paying attention, and they could sneak up on them. And that's what they used to do, man. Walk around and follow people that just looking down at the ground because they know they scared. And see, and that's the first thing you're gonna do, man. When you start getting scared, you're gonna look down at the ground. You don't want to make eye contact. So you don't want to look a person in their face. And that's when you should have your head up. It's when you're scared. That's when you should be looking around. That's when you should be playing crazy. When you're scared. That's the time when you're scared, man. That's the time to start being crazy. Shoot, act a fool. What? Who you talking to? And, no, I'm serious, man. And that's the time. That's the time. You just, you know, you see, you have to, you have to know and have wisdom to be able to discern when you can get away with something and when you can't get away with something. You got to be able to, that's like a moment's notice, man. You're going to roll the dice. I'm going to be able to get away with this. I'm going to get away with this or I ain't going to get away with it. But you're going to roll the dice. And that's what you have to do, man. And sometimes, you know, you might have to act a stone fool to get people to back up off you. Just like that time when I was in the middle of Black Lives Matter. And I mean, they was trying to bum rush my stuff, man. And I'm like, get the fuck up off my stuff. You know, I'm just as crazy. I'm talking just as crazy as they were. I ain't scared. See, because, I mean, and one guy put, what I said, do I look like I'm scared? Do I look like I'm scared? You know, you just have to be crazy sometimes. I ain't scared, man. What you gonna do? See, and then see somebody that do something like that when you talking about, do I look like I'm scared? See, you ain't gonna try that person. See, somebody that challenge you, you ain't gonna try them. And sometimes all you got to do, man, is just challenge a person and make them think. They ain't very few people that I know of that are willing to take on somebody that's done put up a challenge. When somebody put up some resistance, 9 times out of 10, you gonna back off. You gonna weasel your way on out of that situation and going on about your business. If you're smart. Now you got some that'll walk up and start want to instigate. And those are the ones that end up getting their butt kicked. Okay? But you're gonna have to know, man, when to hold them and when to fold them. You need to know that. Cause every battle ain't yours. Let me say that again. Every battle ain't yours. All right? And you can't and when you take a position, man, don't be afraid to stand it. When you believe in something, man, don't back down. Don't let nobody make you feel less than because you believe in something. You know, and make sure that what you believe in, that you're not following the crowd. You know, it's something that you've thought through. It's something that you've been working on. Make sure that. But you got so many people out here, man. They just jump on the bandwagon. They doing it because everybody else is doing it, and they don't know why they doing it. But they see everybody else doing it, or they see everybody else wearing it. So they want to go and be like everybody else. And right now, we got too many people that don't want to be themselves. They want to be like everybody else because they're afraid to be themselves. Isn't it interesting that being yourself is not good enough? Think about that for a minute, man. Isn't it interesting that being yourself ain't good enough? You got to manufacture some more stuff. You have to be something that you're not. And this is the problem, man. We got too many people out here being something that they're not. Being something that they haven't lived. And y'all falling for it. That's the sad part about it. You're falling for it. And then you'll turn around when somebody do come along and start telling you the truth, start being honest with you. That's the one you want to start being suspicious of. Because don't nobody else do it that way. Ain't nobody else being honest. So why all of a sudden you gonna come and be, what you up to? What's your scam? You talking about you being honest. So you got to be up to something. Isn't that sad, man? That this is the attitude that people place on being honest, on being truthful, that they question your integrity, they question your motive for trying to be positive. I mean, think about that for a minute. Just like just like uh just like today, when the people came down, they started chanting, let's go Brandon, which means fuck Joe Biden. That's what it means. And I'm thinking, well, I can agree with the war part. I can agree that we shouldn't be spending money without the accountability of it. But I can't agree with you attacking a person just because you disagree with them, and you ignoring the issue and saying this is how they keep us divided because we're so busy attacking people that we're not paying attention to the issues at hand. Okay? It's just that simple. So let's put down the knives, man. Put down the bricks. Put the guns down. Let's talk to each other without the guns. Put the guns down, man. You don't need a gun to settle an argument. You don't need a gun to come to an agreement. You don't need the gun. And this is one of the things that we got to get to our young kids, man. You don't need all of that to be whole. You don't need all of that to be complete. See, a lot of them aren't complete unless they got some firepower. And whether you've noticed this or not, but disagreement in our community is deadly. They kill each other, man, when they disagree in our community. They kill each other. that's just the reality of it. We kill each other. White people, they go and kill up everybody. But with us, we gonna kill each other. That's the difference, man. And we need to stop it. And in a lot of cases, we don't know how to stop it. In a lot of cases, we don't want to stop it. See, that's what a lot of people haven't come to grips with. Some of this violence, man, they don't want to stop. Some of it, they wanted to keep morphing out of control. Because then it'll justify some of the decisions that they're trying to implement. See, we're not paying attention to that. What's going on, Devin? See, we're not paying attention to that. Sometimes they let stuff get out of control so they can implement certain rules. Oh man, it went great. My grandson is pretty level headed, and he's like, granddaddy. A lot of people are just not comfortable coming back to school, man. He said this really messed up a whole lot of people. They not comfortable with coming back, and the university hasn't made any significant changes since the shooting. This is why they're meeting now. And I'm thankful that he's one of the students that don't mind speaking up, don't mind sharing his opinion. Yeah, so So yeah, so and I told him, just man, follow your intuition, follow your gut, and see, this is what I tell people. This is why, like this guy was saying in the White House, God gonna listen to you, whether you a sinner or not. He gonna listen to you. That ain't true. If you a sinner, God ain't you. What you think you gonna pray to God and get? And you won't do nothing He tell you to do. What you think God gonna do for you? See, I just put a new wrinkle on somebody's brain because they ain't never thought. Damn, true conductor. I ain't never thought about it like that. You won't do nothing God tell you to do, and you think you can pray to God and He gonna answer you, and everything that He done told you, you didn't listen. You didn't want to be a part of it, and you think God's still gonna listen to you. I mean, really? Do you really think God is still gonna listen to you? And you living any kind of life you want to live? You want to do it what you want to do, how you want to do it, with who you want to do it with? And you think you still got that freedom? And God gonna listen to you? That's not true. Man, this morning I thought I had lost my wallet. I mean, I go to the gas station and no, man, God ain't gonna listen to no sinners, man. Okay. Oh, true conductor. That no, you can't God listen to everybody. Oh really? Listen to this. This is Proverbs chapter 1. All right? Starting at verse 20. Wisdom calls aloud outside. She raises her voice in the open squares. She cries out in chief concourses. At the openings of the gate in the city, she speaks her words. How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity? For scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn at my rebuke. Surely I will pour out my spirit on you. I will make my words known to you. Because I have called and you refuse. I have stretched out my hand and no one regarded. Because you disdain all my counsel and would have none of my rebuke. I will laugh at you at your calamity. I will mock you when your terror comes. When your terror comes like a storm and your destruction comes like a whirlwind. When distress and anguish come upon you, then they will call on me, but I will not answer. They will seek me diligently, but they will not find me, because they hated knowledge and did not choose to fear the Lord. They would have none of my counsel and despise my every rebuke. Therefore, they shall eat the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own fantasies. For the turn away of the simple will slay them, and the complacency of fools will destroy them. But whoever listens to me will dwell safely and be secure without fear of evil. Man, sinner man ain't got nothing coming from God. Sinner man ain't got nothing coming. And too many of y'all think that you can do whatever you want to do because you done confess the name of Jesus, that you saved. And God trying to correct you, and you don't want to be corrected. He's trying to rebuke you, and you don't want to be rebuked. You compromise. You settle. You straddle the fence. You ain't got nothing coming. You ain't got nothing coming, buddy. And if you think, I mean, think about this here. Now listen to this. Listen to this. Because you disdain all my counsel and would have none of my rebuke, I will laugh at you. I will laugh at your calamity. I will mock you when your terror comes. When your terror comes like a storm and your destruction comes like a whirlwind. When distress and anguish come up on you. Man, don't that sound like something when them 5 cops was beating that boy? Think about that for a minute. You don't think anguish came upon him? You don't think terror came upon him? You don't think he cried out to God at that moment? See, we take that for granted. See, everybody, see, man is painting this guy as, he was a good person. But if you read this here scripture right here, man, that's what he went through. That's what he went through. What's going on? Okay? That's what he went through. And see, and like I said, I told you I was getting ready to tell y'all this story before my grandson called. I thought I lost my wallet this morning. Yeah, I will. I thought I lost my wallet this morning. I go to the gas station. I reach for my back pocket. I said, oh man, I must have left my wallet in the hotel. Get back to the hotel. I can't find my wallet. I will. I'm coming. I'm coming as soon as I finish the story. So I called my daughter. I said, look. I called my daughter up. I said, look, baby. I said, the last place I had my wallet was at Whole Foods. I said, nobody has used my credit cards, because if they use my PayPal, it's gonna text me and let me know. Somebody that made a purchase. So I said, ain't nobody used the balances are still the same. Go to Whole Foods. I said, they said nobody turn a wallet in. I said, wow. I said, girl, take me back to the hotel. And on the way back to the hotel, I said, Lord, look, help me find my wallet, please. That was my prayer. And I came back to the hotel. My daughter said, well, Dad, I got to go. Let me go to the ATM and get some money to give you to get some gas so you can go and do what you got to do. I come back in the hotel and I go in the bathroom and look behind the bathroom door, and there was my wallet on the floor. Fell out my pocket in the bathroom on the floor. And I knew that it had to be somewhere around me because nobody was using my cards. I didn't panic. I didn't do anything. My grandson is doing great. Doing great. So let me go back and read this to you. Let me read this for you again. Okay? This is when people tell you God is obligated to answer everybody, that is not true. Okay? That is not true. All right? Simple as that. Listen to this. Wisdom calls aloud outside. This is Proverbs 1, verse 20. She raises her voice in the open squares. She cries out in the chief concourses. At the openings of the gates in the city, she speaks her words. How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity? For scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn at my rebuke. Surely I will pour out my spirit on you. Thank you. Okay? Surely I will pour my spirit on you. I will make my words known to you. Because I have called you, this is verse 24. Proverbs 1, verse 24. Because I have called and you refuse, I have stretched out my hand and no one regarded. Because you disdain all my counsel and would have none of my rebuke, I will laugh at you when your calamity. I will mock you when your terror comes. When your terror comes like a storm and your destruction comes like a whirlwind. When distress and anguish come upon you, then they will call upon me, but I will not answer. They will seek me diligently, but they will not find me, because they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. See, that shows you right there, man, that because you want to live how you want to live, because you want to do what you want to do, you cut off your access to God. You cut your access off to God. All right? It's just that simple. He will not answer. He will not answer. See, as long as you being disobedient, man, and you know you shouldn't be getting that booty on the side. You know you shouldn't be screwing. And you're doing it anyway. You doing it anyway and know you shouldn't be doing it. And you think you're going to call upon God and he telling you, man, give it up. And you won't give it up. Keep asking, man, get it up. And you won't give it up. And something happened to you and now you're calling on God. And he said, now I've been trying to tell you. I've been trying to talk to you. But you wouldn't listen to me. And now you need me. Now you want me. And I ain't there. It's just that simple. Okay? Now, ain't no verse. I don't know where that verse at. I don't know where the verse at. Talking about God gonna listen to sinners and non-sinners. God ain't listening to no sinner, man. What's the use of him being God if he gonna listen to your prayers? What's the use of him being God if you gonna do anything you want to do and you still can pray to him and he gonna respond to you? Why is he God? Think about that for a minute. Why is he God? If you can live any kind of way you want to live, do what you want to do, and call upon him anytime you get in distress, why is he God? And you won't even do what he say do. But you want him to respond to you. You want him to protect you. But you don't want to live like he say live. You don't want to do what he say do. Man, listen, it's a lot of people running from God. Let me say that again. It's a lot of people running from God. I done ran from God. I done ran from God. My daddy was a preacher. Everybody used to tell me, man, that I was a preacher. And I didn't want to be nothing like my daddy. And here I am, the true conductor. Here I am, the true conductor, a messenger from God. But I didn't want to be a preacher. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My father was a preacher. Yes, indeed. All my life, man. People have told me I was going to be a preacher. All my life. I mean, I was riding on the subway one day, drove him up, and the man walked in and said, "Hey, Reverend, how you doing?" I'm like, damn, I can't get away from this. I tried to get away from it, man. I'm telling you, we all done ran from something. Okay? We all done ran from something. And here I am now, the true conductor. And what is a true conductor? A messenger from God. What's a preacher? A messenger from God. so, so God knew I wasn't gonna put no suit on. Oh, what's going on? God knew I wasn't gonna put no suit on to be no preacher. So he said, "Well, let me get his fool a costume to wear, cause maybe he'll accept that, cause he ain't accepting preacher. So I'm gonna have to send something else his way, because I need him." So he sent true conductor, and that's what people start telling me. Man, you look like a conductor. I said, hey, I am. And one day, and I'm serious. One day, man, when the name Truth Conductor came to me, all right, I was like, when the name hit me, I was like, whoa, that was just my. Seriously, seriously, when the name True Conductor hit me, man, I was missing my wife something terrible. I ain't lying. This was January 2nd, 2020. I was missing my wife something terrible. And I went and sat in the park where we used to sit and talk every day. And I just heard Truth Conductor. And I was like, whoa, whoa. And I picked up my phone. I said, man, let me see if that domain name is available. And it was available, and I bought it. And let me tell y'all something. See, when an idea comes to you, the definition is not far behind. Let me say that again. See, when an idea comes, and it's for you, the definition is not far behind. Everything has a definition. Let me say that again. Everything has a definition. You have a definition as a person. If somebody asks you, who are you? You give them a definition of who you think you are as a person. Everything has a definition. If you can't put a definition to it, it ain't for you. Let me say that again. If you can't put a definition to it, it ain't for you. That's for somebody else. Because anything for you, you're going to be able to define it. You're going to be able to give it a definition. And see, and the definition is what you say it is. Ain't what somebody else want it to be. The definition is what you say it is. Because the idea came to you. You see, and a lot of people don't have the confidence to define something and stand on it. Because they let somebody else talk them out of what the definition of what their idea is. And some of y'all probably been talked out of your ideas. You done shared some ideas with something and hadn't fully got the definition. And people talk you out of it. And you ain't really downloaded everything yet. That's why it's good, man. When stuff start coming to you, just wait. Wait. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. Ain't I don't own one of the teams, so it don't matter. That's how I look at it. I don't own none of that, man. So why am I sweating? Why am I getting upset and worrying about who winning something? And I ain't profiting not one dime. And notice, the only thing that they are convincing us to do is start gambling. I mean, think about it, man. Now that's the way you have to think. If you don't think ownership, man, you don't think of that. That's why I got people right now teasing me because when I was talking about my dinnerware idea, I'm thinking ownership, man. I need to own me a factory. I don't need to have nobody else making my stuff. I need to be making my own stuff. And that factory is gonna become a reality. One day. One day I'm gonna own my own dinnerware factory. I'm gonna make my own line of dinnerware, buddy. I'm gonna have my own factory. I'm telling you. Because the Bible say, by the increase of your lip, man, I just read that to y'all. God, diggity dog. See, I just read that to y'all yesterday. I just read that to y'all yesterday. Okay? Just read that to y'all yesterday. And y'all don't believe it, man. Y'all don't believe it. I just read this to you yesterday. Here's what it say. A man's stomach shall be filled from the fruit of his lip. From the produce of his lips, he shall be filled. From a man's stomach shall be satisfied from the fruit of his mouth. What's the fruit of your mouth? Your words. So a lot of y'all ain't dreaming big, man. A lot of y'all ain't thinking big. Just because I'm in a hotel don't mean I can't think big. I can't think ownership. See, this environment is not controlling how I'm thinking. The words that are coming out my mouth. See, so often adversity is designed to attack your thinking, to make you self-doubt, to make you second guess yourself. That's the purpose of adversity. But when you ignore that and you stay proactive, man, you'll start going somewhere, man. You start doing some things. See, it's by the fruit of our mouths. We're getting everything we say. Everything you say, man, is becoming a reality. If something always happening to you, that's your confession, man, something always happening to you. Because that's what you're confessing. That's what you're saying. That's what you're speaking. And see, and we haven't been taught to understand the power of our words. See, because my generation was taught about tithes and offering. We weren't taught about the power of our words, man. You see, we weren't taught about that. And when you live right, well, see, again, that's because they don't understand. That's because they don't understand. And then too, when you start entertaining what your family and friends are saying, you don't really believe in it yourself. Let me say that again. See, when you start entertaining what your family and friends are saying, you don't really believe in it yourself. You're not fully sold on it yourself. That's why they can sow the seed of doubt. That's why they can make you second guess yourself. Because you don't fully believe. You see? And it's the manifestation that people struggle with. Making your words become reality. See, that's what people struggle with. You know? That's what the struggle is, man, the manifestation. But the let me show y'all this. Let me show you this. Since you think your words ain't important, let me show you. Listen to this. This is Isaiah 58. I'm gonna start at verse 6. Is this not the fast that I have chosen, to loose the bonds of wickedness, to undo the heavy burdens, to let the oppressed go free, and that you break every yoke? Is it not to share your bread with the hungry, and you bring to your house the poor who are cast out? When you see the naked, that you cover him, and not hide yourself from your own flesh? Then your light shall break forth like the morning. Your healing shall spring forth speedily, and your righteousness shall go before you. Listen to this. Listen to this. And your righteousness shall go before you. The glory of the Lord shall be your rear guard. If your righteousness is going before you, the glory of the Lord shall be your rear guard. Then you shall call, and the Lord will answer. You shall cry, and he will say, here I am. When you walk in your righteousness, man. When you're doing right by people. When you ain't using people. When you ain't deceiving. When you ain't cheating. When you ain't stealing. See, this is what's going to happen. And your righteousness shall go before you. Okay? The glory of the Lord shall be your rear guard. So if God is watching your back, you ain't got to worry about nothing. God diggity dog. Man, when you walking in your righteousness, God got your back. That's why you can stay scanning the horizon. Seeing what you see, seeing what you recognize. Because you ain't got to worry about your back, man. Because you're walking in your righteousness. And the Bible say, when you walk in your righteousness shall go before you, the glory of the Lord shall be your rear guard. God got your back. And you worrying about your haters. And all you got to do is walk in your righteousness, man. And God got you. It's just that simple. That's why this is what I keep trying to tell y'all, man. Is your lifestyle, your mindset is important. You can't live any kind of way. You can't do what you want to do and still think God gonna be there for you. And unfortunately, a lot of Christians still believe that. A lot of Christians have been misled to think they can live in their sin and still call on God and he gonna be there for them. That's the biggest lie from the pit of hell. God ain't gonna be there for you. God, especially if he's trying to correct you. You ain't listening. When your terror comes, he gonna laugh. He gonna mock you. That's what the Bible say. That's not what truth conductors say. See, when you out here doing what you want to do, how you want to do it, and you ain't trying to obey the word of God, you ain't listening to the word of God. You know the word of God, but you don't do the word of God. He say, man, when your terror come, I'm gonna mock you. I'm gonna laugh at you when your calamity come, and you gonna call upon me, and I ain't gonna answer. I ain't gonna even be there. And think about that, man. I mean, think about that for 1 minute. You really need God. Really need Him. And you calling upon Him, and He won't even answer. Won't even answer. Because He been trying to correct your lifestyle. He been trying to change your ways. And you wouldn't accept it. Now your terror done came. Now fear is upon you. And why God won't answer you? I mean, think about that, man. Think about that. Think about some people that have been in some horrific moments that have lost their lives. You don't think they called on God? You don't think they called on it? Think about it. If anybody can call on God when they want to, why does He have 10 commandments? Why does He have a certain lifestyle for you to live? If anybody can call on Him whenever they want to. He don't have no standards. And that's basically what you're saying when you say anybody can call on God whenever they want to, then God ain't got no standards. And really, if you can call on God anytime you need Him, and He respond, you can live any kind of way you want to. You ain't got to be accountable for nothing. Because regardless of what you do, you can call on God and He's still going to be there for you. Even when you don't obey Him. A lot of people think God's still going to be there for them. And they're not even trying to follow His commandments. They're not even trying to live the lifestyle He said live. They don't want to have nothing to do with that. You got a lot of people like that, man. So, um, don't be misled. Hey, girl. Speaking to my wife, looking at her picture. Wow. I'm a blessed man. I am. I'm a blessed man. In spite of all the stuff I've been through, man, God has really been good. He really has. Really been good. Because He showed and brought me through a lot. These last 4 years, He brought me through a lot. Sure has. I've developed a lot in these last 4 years. And I know I wouldn't have been able to do this if my wife was here. I probably would have never discovered the Truth Conductor if my wife was here. And if I did, he'd have been a totally different person. Wouldn't have been this outspoken and this brazen. I'd have been more conservative with my wife because as soon as I hit the bed, honey, you know that's not nice. I'm like, this ain't the time I need to be hearing that. So I need some peace in my bed, man. So I just act accordingly. You can laugh if you want to, but shoot, happy wife is a happy life, buddy. Cause man, them women when they get on you, they don't let up. Hey, any man can tell you, boy, when a woman get on your ass, they ain't gonna let up until they get what they want. And sometimes they ain't got to open their mouth. You can look at them and tell, oh shit, something wrong. Like, oh Lord, what I done now? What is it now? Something she pissed about something, boy. I guess I just have to wait till she finally want to talk about it. I just keep on doing what I'm doing. When she ready to talk about it, she'll put it on the table. We'll discuss it. But those are the kind of things you go through, man. And you know, I tell anybody right now, love is great. Love is outstanding. And but I'm gonna tell you something. Find you somebody you can tolerate. That's the person you need to hook up with. That person that can get on your nerves and you can tolerate. That's the person. That's the person for you, buddy. The one that can pluck your nerves and you can tolerate it. You can get. That's the one you need to. That's the one you need to get with. Get the one you can tolerate, buddy. That can get on your nerves. That can pluck. I mean, can just wear you out, and you still with them. You still love them. You still understand them. You ain't. It's not something that's gonna make you run. No, 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 no. Get the one you can tolerate, man. Get the one you can tolerate, brother. That's the one you need to. That's the one you need to be with. The one that can get on your nerves, man, and you can tolerate it. That's the one you need to be with. If she can get on your nerves and you can tolerate it, man, that's the one you need to be with. Cause she gonna make you walk a straight line, or he gonna make you walk a straight line. See, you gonna have to do something. They gonna challenge you. See, they'll push you. That's the one that you can tolerate, that can push you, that'll challenge you, that'll make you do better, man. Even when you don't want to. See, that's the one you want in your corner. Well, see, Devin, listen to me, man. This is what most men don't realize. You can teach a woman how to please you. She can learn that. You can teach her, man. You can talk to her. Tell her what you want. Tell her what you want. See, unfortunately, most fellas don't know what they want. All they want is a big booty and a pretty face. You know, this brother say you can't teach tight. You lying to me? You lying to me? You lying to me? Shit, you can't teach it. What you think the Kegel exercise is? What you think that is? What you think those Kegel exercises are, my man? If you can't teach tightness, what you think that is? Since you say you can't teach it, what you think it is? You probably don't even know. You probably don't even know. You don't even, brother. That's when that woman can make that thing go like that. She can. A woman can learn this. Okay. A woman can learn this, man. That's the weakness of every man. Okay. All right. That's the weakness of every man, right there. That right there is the weakness of every man. Okay, I don't care who you are, care how much money you got, what you are. This is the weakness. Yes, sir. Ask any woman to tell you. Ask a real woman, is that the weakness of every man? And see what she'll tell you. Ask a real woman, is that the weakness of every man? And see what she tell you. A real woman will tell you the truth. See, and it's just that simple. That's the weakness of every man, man. Why you think they call it pussy whip? Why you think they call it pussy whip? That's all it is. When you got a guy that's pussy whip, that's all she done did to him. Then drove him crazy. That's it. Now tell me I'm lying. Tell me, you probably ain't been down that road before, but you know that's that's the name of the game, man. It's just that simple. Everybody must be interested in the game. They ain't got time for you, Truth Conductor. Ain't nobody got time for you, man. They watching the NBA All-Star game. So I guess I'm gonna go on and let y'all watch the game, man. You know, and see what's going on in the world. Try to keep abreast. Try to stay on top. That's all you can do. Okay? So enjoy, man. Thank you for joining me. I see y'all